And how are you doing? And happy Wednesday. Now, welcome to Impact Dialogues Health Wednesday. My name is Ruth and I am so happy to be seeing you again. Yes, it's been a while. We've been, taking a rest for a while, but we are back, and like they say, we are back with a bang. But it is my hope and prayer that you are doing okay. It is my hope and prayer that you are fine wherever you're watching us from. You've been okay. You've been keeping healthy, because that's the role of Health Wednesdays. Like, we have to stay healthy no matter what. And I am hoping that kama dawa, you do have your cup of coffee this morning so that we can take a look at what we have in our Health Wednesday. But welcome so much. Again, my name is Ruth Wanjiru. I'm going to be with you in the next hour as we get to look at our health, as we get to look at the new developments in our health sector, of course, in the country, and also as we get to see what happened today in history. Well, that is very interesting today, because it is something that we come across maybe day in a day out. Also, do stick around for our term of the week. We are looking at something that you've had a lot of people say, but I don't know if you know what it means. I know you've heard, oh, I have a migraine. Maybe once or twice about migraines, because we are going to be looking at that in our term of the weeks. And of course, our topic of the day today, we are taking a look at headaches. So get your cup of coffee, get your cup of tea, get your cup of lemon tea, I'm a lemon water, I'm a hot water, as we package you for Impact Dialogues at this morning. Now, we are live on all our social media platforms. We are live on Facebook, the Oracle Television Network. Make sure you give me that like. If you're watching right now, give me that like, and also make sure that you share as well. Very important. Sharing is very important. Kitambo, they used to tell us that sharing is caring. So care enough to share this morning. That is on Facebook. And also those who are watching us on YouTube at the Oracle Television Network. We are also live right there. So make sure you subscribe as well and click on that notification bell. And you can find me on my personal Facebook, Ruth Wanjiru. And also I'll follow you back. Unasemanga kuna jina nilikuwa tafuta lakini nimepotea, Prodeco, something like that, quid pro, yeah, something of the sort, something along those lines. But welcome so much to Impact Dialogues. Now, I do want us to start with what we always start with, and that is our weather update. So how does our weather look like? And we are back. By the way, I forgot to say that you can also text, WhatsApp, or call on 0711-176-006. That number is right on your screen. So interact with me and tell me what's going on with you. Tell me what is your health tip of the week. Like we always do, just give me that health tip of the week. Watu wa kunyweni maji mingi, I am waiting for your health tip of the week as well. So how do our weather look like? Let me start with the central region. Allow me to start with the central region. Let me look for that. Just give me a minute. Yeah, the central region. So the central region this morning is cloudy and cool. I know, cloudy and cool. Yeah, it is not that hot this morning. It is not that cold this morning. The weather is just pleasant this morning. And our temperatures right now are ranging from 16 degrees Celsius to 19 degrees Celsius. But this, however, are going to be changing in the midday, and they are going to be warming, and we are going to be having 23 degrees Celsius, between 22 degrees Celsius and 23 degrees Celsius. This is the central region. And then in the evening, rain is expected around 9 p.m. Okay, if you're in the central region, 9 p.m. and temperatures are going to be cooling. That is to 18 degrees Celsius. All right, that is in the central region. Now let's look at the coastal region. And the coastal region, I see today they have a hazy sunshine warming steadily, and their temperatures actually are starting from 28 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. See, compared to central, it's quite hot. And of course, these temperatures are going to be peaking in the afternoon up to 30 degrees Celsius. I know it's going to be a bit hot. And of course, in the evening, we are going to be having skies clearing, and then the temperatures are going to be cooling gradually to 24 degrees Celsius. That is in the coastal region. All right, those who are in the coast. And then we have the lakeside region. And the lakeside region, this morning, it's cloudy, and it's gradually warming. It's going to be gradually warming. Inaenda pole pole hivyo. And but right now temperatures are ranging between 22 degrees Celsius and 26 degrees Celsius. However, these temperatures are going to change in the afternoon, because it's going to be mostly cloudy in the afternoon, and then your temperatures are going to be ranging around 28 degrees Celsius, around there. Then in the evening, the skies are going to clear. That is the lakeside region. The skies are going to clear, and the temperatures are going to cool to as low as 20 degrees Celsius. Then we look at the Rift Valley region. Now, the Rift Valley region, this morning, it's mostly cloudy, and it's warming up to 19 degrees Celsius this morning. But however, there is going to be a possible afternoon thunderstorm, around 3 p.m. That is in the Rift Valley region. And of course, your temperatures are going to be rising to 22 degrees Celsius. And then in the evening, the skies are going to be clearing, and of course it's going to be a cool night, and your temperatures are not that high in the night. That is 12 degrees Celsius to 16 degrees Celsius. That is in the Rift Valley region. It's going to be clear and chilly today. Okay, in Mombasa, clear and comfortable. In Nairobi, it's likely to rain today in the evening. So be very aware. In Kisumu, there's going to be high humidity, and a lot of cloud cover. And then evening will be pleasant. You're going to have a very pleasant evening tonight. And of course, Mombasa, temperatures are going to be at their peak during the day in the midday, so make sure you do your best to stay hydrated. Do your best to stay hydrated, because like we always say, ukisikia mahali kwenu kuna jua kali, ukisikia kwenu ni jua itakuwa kali sana, unakaa na maji karibu. Because I think a few weeks ago we learned about hydration, and we did learn why it is important to stay hydrated. So if you're in an area where there's going to be a lot of sun today, so make sure you stay hydrated. And of course, do not forget that weather can always change. But in case you want to be looking at how your weather is going, they are always available. The updates are always available at the Met Department portal or our website, so you can go ahead and check out that. And if you want me to read your county update, you just inform me sijasoma yenu. However, today I tried to categorize them in regions, okay? And that is how your weather look like. And as we always say right here, no matter the weather, whether it's sunny, whether it's hot as Garissa, whether it's cold, whether it's calm, whether it's cool, whether it's pleasant, the blessings of the Lord are always sufficient, and they are going to always find you no matter where you are. All right, and that is our weather update. So we go ahead and look at something more interesting, more updates. So here is our traffic updates. our roads look like this morning? Ni wapi mutakaa sana, ni wapi hamtakaa sana? That's basically it. So I want us to start with Wayakiwe. And Wayakiwe seems to be flowing smoothly this morning. Watu Wayakiwe, yani kama umeanza mutatupatia tips. But Wayakiwe is flowing smoothly this morning. There has not been any reported snarl-ups, by the way. Officers are seen near Kangemi footbridge, of course managing the traffic. However, there's just a tiny bit of a snarl-up from Brookside, ukienda pale Westlands, a roundabout. That is to be expected because of the roundabout. But other than that, Wayakiwe actually seems pretty cool. There's actually no accident reported, and there's no snarl-up reported. But of course, there is still some police due to nearby, due to the road. And of course, do remember that pale Wayakiwe at Kangemi there's interchange footbridge right there that is being made, okay, that is being constructed, so that might cause a little bit of a snarl-up. But right now this morning at this hour there's nothing like that, okay. That's Wayakiwe. So Ngong Road, traffic is a bit heavy, so we are moving from moderate to heavy. It's slow but it's moving, and we always say there is nothing as good as having traffic that is moving, because have you ever stayed in traffic that is not moving? Have you ever, unasikia kama ni utashuka, alafu ukishuka ndio hiyo gari yenye ndio jam inafunguka. But Ngong Road looks like that this morning. It's a bit heavy, but it's moving. There is no major incident that have been flagged, and Ngong Road is a busy road, especially if you're coming into the CBD. Pale Prestige Mall, I see it's a bit of a snarl-up pale Prestige Mall. So if you're using Ngong Road and you're coming to the CBD, do expect a delay of around 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes, around 15 to 20 minutes right there. That is if you're coming to the CBD using Ngong Road, okay? Then we look at Mombasa Road. Now, Mombasa Road, there's it's moderate to heavy as well. There is actually no major traffic holdups this morning, looking back at the history of how Mombasa Road looks like each and every morning. So today it's actually moving moderate to heavy, and if you're coming to the CBD, of course there's a little bit of pale Nyayo. Okay, let me see that. Yeah, there Nyayo Stadium. I think when you're coming in, there's a little bit of snarl-up as well there. So if you're using Mombasa Road, your delay is 10 to 15 minutes. Not that much delay. And it's actually a breather for people who live on Mombasa Road, because Mombasa Road can do you that thing. But that is how Mombasa Road looks like this morning. But good thing is there has not been any incident or accident reported. So we are good to go. All right. And of course, we look at Kiambu Road. So Kiambu Road is moving on well. I see there's a bit of snarl-up pale DCI. And I don't know why DCI is always a bottleneck. Pale DCI headquarters, it's always a bottleneck for traffic around Kiambu Road. But apart from that, there is nothing else. I see right here, no major incidents, no major accidents, not that bit of a holdup, because 10 to 15 minutes is your maximum delay. That is if you're coming into the CBD using Kiambu Road. All right. Then we look at Thika Road. So Thika Road, this morning traffic remains calm and is flowing very smoothly. And of course, there's a bit of snarl-up pale TR Thika Road Mall, of course, stretching all the way to Muthaiga. Pale Muthaiga also there's a bit of snarl-up, but not that much delay. And of course, hapa ukiingia na town from Ngara, as you're going into town, also a bit of delay right there, but nothing major, nothing that can't be handled. Okay, so that is Thika Road. No major incidents, no major accidents, so we are good to go. Thika Road iko sawa, and I'm so happy that on our roads today there is no major incidents incidents or accidents. That's actually a breather, right? It's actually a breather. Then we have Langata Road around here. So Langata Road this morning appears very clear and uncongested. Okay, that's nice. At least it's the first road in a jam, but it appears clear and uncongested, and of course no alerts, no major incidents, major accidents that have been reported along that road. That is on that is on Thika Road, and of course that is on Langata Road, and of course for Thika Road, make sure that you watch out for the U-turns near exit 10. For those of you who are driving, I don't know what's happening right there. Let me try and check for you what's happening right there. Yeah, local drivers may detour unexpectedly. That happens. We do know we are in Kenya, right? And yeah, so that is how our roads look like this morning. I'm trying to see if kunenye nimewacha, and of course CBD entrances. For those of you who are coming into the CBD, so the Harambee Avenue and Kenyatta Avenue have been partially blocked. I have no idea why. I'll try to look into that so that we can tell you that before we end the show. But yeah, that is how your weather and traffic update look like this morning. Talk to me. Tell me wherever you are, kama kuna joto. Tell me wherever you are if there is traffic, if there is any road I've missed. It is always good to update us as well so we can update others who are watching us. All right. And yeah, so after the weather updates, after the traffic updates, I do want us to look into our history books, and this is quite interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, here is what happened today in history. What happened today in history? Now, before we go to what happened today in history, I do have a few messages right here that I like. So you can get to know, but we are coming to what happened today in history. We are looking into our history books in just a while. So I have someone here saying, let me see. Good morning, Ruth. This is Patricia watching from Murang'a. Ulikuwa umetutupa sana. Surely Patricia. Sikuwa nimewatupa sana. Ilikuwa tu just what? Two Wednesdays. It's just 2 Wednesdays. But I'm hoping, Patricia, is 2 Wednesdays you've been keeping healthy and you've been eating well, because the last episode we had on health was about diet. But thank you so much, Patricia. And then I have someone else here, anasema John wa Muhindi. Okay, ni John wa Muhede ama John wa Muhindi, whichever works. Anasema okay, kwa rofa wakungu pamoja sana. Ni John wa kwa Muhindi. Okay, John wa kwa Muhindi, thank you so much for tuning in. Anasema tuko pamoja sana. John, tupatie health tip yako ya asubuhi. That is what we do each and every Wednesday. You give us your health tip of the day. But John wa kwa Muhindi, thank you so much for tuning in, John, and thank you for making it to Impact Dialogues this morning. Now I have someone else here. Anasema hello, na watch nikiwa Limuru. Huyu ni Njoro, na wapenda sana. Njoro, tunakupenda sana pia. Your health tip of the week hatujaipata, but make sure that you give us that as well. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. This is Natasha watching from Nyeri. Health tip of the week: kuleni matunda kwa wingi. All right, kuleni matunda. Mwambia mkule matunda. Mumeambiwa mkule matunda. Nyeri is saying mkule matunda. That is her health tip of the week. I have someone here also anasema good morning Oracle TV. Good morning. Anasema loving Okay, got your message. Thank you so much. Alafu anasema health tip of the week, nasimama pale pale, take a lot of water but not too much water. I actually like that. Take a lot of water but not too much water. That is actually the right one. Take a lot of water but not too much water. I actually like that. And also have someone else here. Good morning, Oracle TV. This is Tash watching from Kangemi. Naomba municheze. Alright, tuona kama takuchezea Tash. But thank you so much for keeping it Oracle TV. And thank you so much for being there for us. I see someone else here. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Thank you so much. Got your message. Nanasema health tip yangu leo. Okay. All right, let me just read it. Health tip yake, I'm going to read it just as it's written, okay? Health tip yangu ya leo, exercising is not just for the obese. Watu wazoe kupiga tizi. Umesikia watu wazoe kupiga tizi. Thank you so much, Tash. Thank you so much. And you who is watching us back at home, do continue tuning in. Do continue talking to us. 0711-176-006. Hiyo namba iko kwa screen yako. And also tell us where you're watching us from. Na utuambie what is your health tip of the week. Pia pale wenye wako Facebook. Also tell us what is your health tip of the week. Because we do love you and we do... we do want to get to hear muko na health tip gani ya siku. Tash na amenifurahisha. Tizi si ya watu obese peke yake. Hivyo ndio amesema tizi si ya watu obese peke yake, watu wazoe kupiga tizi. Amazing. Thank you so much. And so let's go back to what happened today in history. And so as I was looking through this, so what happened today in history? This is what happened today. So today, it's actually more of a notable birthday of someone who is actually very important, because today, Dr. Alan Phillips was born on July 16th, that is 1906. Now, hold on to that and get why this is important. It is important because this is the guy who invented the oral rehydration therapy, that is the ORT. Now, someone might not know what this is, but the oral rehydration therapy, this was a life-saving treatment for severe dehydration, especially from cholera and diarrhea. And why is it important? This particular formula that he, invented is still used in Kenya today. All right? It is still used in Kenya today. And, the drink, the formula, or rather the invention, which was called ORT back then. Right now it's called ORS. And I'm sure for those of you who are parents, maybe wakati umeenda hospitali and you have a child, mwenye maybe the child is diarrheaing, the child maybe has cholera. This one has to be in the prescription meds. Okay, parents, I think mkienda hosi mnapeangwa hiyo, right? So why are we celebrating this guy? Because he's the guy behind this mind. By then it was called the ORT, and it was just a simple drink made by mixing clean water, sugar, and salt in the right proportions to replace lost fluids and electrolytes in the body. All right. So this was the formula. He just used like 1 liter of clean water. That is the guy right there on your screen. That is Dr. Alan Phillips. All right, Dr. Robert Alan Phillips. All right, and so the basic formula, this is how he invented it. So 1 liter of clean water, and then he could use 6 levels of teaspoon sugar and a half teaspoon of salt. And Dr. Phillips discovered this. This was actually the very first one that he made, even though zilikuwa zinakaa kitambo. And actually, he discovered this while treating patients, who had cholera in Asia, and also discovered that sugar, that is glucose, helped the intestines absorb sodium and water more efficiently. And now his work later laid foundation for WHO's global adoption of ORTs, that is in the 1970s. And since then, this particular drink right here, that drink that you see, became a hope to so many cholera patients, became a hope to the, to the health sector globally, because it is estimated to have saved 70 million lives, especially children under 5 years. And this is why this was super, super important. And are still the first line treatment in rural and urban health sectors across the country right now, across Kenya. Now leave the global impact for a while. Let's come back home. Let's come back to our country, and this has been so helpful, you know, in disaster response like drought and cholera outbreaks. And also ORT is a core part of community health programs in counties like Turkana, Kilifi, and Siaya, and it's often given in oral rehydration corners in hospitals and dispensaries. And this one is supported by organizations like Amref Health Africa and also the Ministry